Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Today's crypto in focus is Litecoin, which is currently ranked 7th on the list of cryptos based on circulating market cap. Before continuing, a quick summary of what is in store for today's video. Before talking about Litecoin and its use cases, we'll do a review of the price data, especially recent price performance, some relevant news and partnerships, ways to store and purchase your LTC, two of my price analyses, focusing on one in particular, and a general market update and something slightly different to what I usually do. Now, this must be said, the information and opinions in this video are from either myself or the authors listed throughout it. None of this should be taken as financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video is for educational purposes only. Let's jump back to Coin Paprika. It's just below $60 per LTC. It's up nearly 34% over the past 30 days. Let's have a look at some of the price data here. Its all-time high of $375 in December 2017, with an all-time low of $1.11. Back to the Litecoin website, scrolling down the home page here, some of the key benefits of the project include: Litecoin is decentralized money, free from censorship and open to everyone. Send low-cost, private, secure, borderless payments to anyone, anytime, anywhere. We're going to discuss the private aspect here later in the video. Blockchain secured, decentralized finance. There's no approval needed to join. You just download the wallet and you are free to invest. Evolving and immutable, which talks about Lightning, which in this case the Lightning Network for instant global settlement of funds and atomic swaps. Depending on who you ask, Litecoin is considered the silver to Bitcoin's gold, so it's complementary to the crypto. Others will say, especially Bitcoin bulls such as Mike Novogratz, have a less favorable view of Litecoin, referring to it as a glorified Bitcoin testnet. This is based on a Bitcoinist.com piece last year. Despite what you think about it, it is similar to Bitcoin in many ways. It is a decentralized proof of work crypto that, just like Bitcoin, has its block reward halving every 4 years. So for those not looking at the screen, we have the countdown clock or timer for the Litecoin block reward halving, which is, or the next one at the time of recording this, is scheduled to occur on the 5th of August 2023. And if we scroll down and have a look, here is a chart. This is courtesy of TradingView. We can see the historical price data is where the first and second halvings occurred and how the price has reacted prior to and just after the halvings. The second halving, which occurred back in 2019, the price has dropped. However, the market overall is picking up again. Litecoin is slowly making its way back up. Could this momentum continue? We will explore this later in the video. At the moment, one of the key advantages is that Litecoin produces each block 4 times faster than Bitcoin. So just for comparison, let's scroll up to have the two side by side, as you can see there. If we scroll down, I want to compare some of the key aspects. I'm only just going to point out a couple of these. You're welcome to go through this in your own time. All of these links in the description. A few relevant statistics here. There are 4 times as many Litecoin to be produced as opposed to Bitcoin, and as mentioned, both will halve every 4 years. Now we can see what is very desirable for Bitcoin. Now to clarify, I'm not going to turn this into a Litecoin versus Bitcoin video, but because of Bitcoin's size and significance, I will note this for now. Its current inflation rate is ideal, especially because it's lower than much of the developed world. Litecoin is just over 4%. However, in 3 years' time, it will be on par with Bitcoin and the inflation rate. This has been a major talking point recently, especially with all of this money printing courtesy of what's happening around the world. Before talking more about Litecoin, there is this really cool website I came across called Fiat Leak. It's an interactive global map of Litecoin being traded around the world in real time. We can see, and there's an assortment of cryptos available here for you to check out. There are some relevant news articles for each of these cryptos as well. Let's go back to Litecoin. I touched on privacy earlier on, and I just want to draw your attention to this piece from CryptoSlate. It's titled "Ahead of Mimblewimble Testnet, Litecoin devs are solving key issues." Before elaborating on this, for those who have no idea what I'm talking about, Mimblewimble, according to its corresponding GitHub, it is a blockchain format and protocol that provides extremely good scalability, privacy, and fungibility by relying on strong cryptographic primitives. Privacy and scalability are frequently mentioned. There's been a real push to get cryptos that can carry out private transactions in a secure manner, especially at a time when we're transitioning from a cash to a cashless society. How do you maintain the privacy beyond privacy coins or privacy focused cryptos such as Monero, Zcash, Zcash, and Dash? Mimblewimble is providing an alternative. Going back to the crypto slate piece, just a couple of things to point out here. The Mimblewimble focused testnet launches in September 2020, so that's next month, and is one of the most awaited features for the broader Litecoin ecosystem. In the June update, Grin developer David Burkett gave insights on the protocol's progress since last month, issues the developers faced, and some important mitigations. To keep informed about these Mimblewimble updates, I recommend going back to the Litecoin website under the news tab. There'll be monthly updates, or from what I've seen so far. It should be good news for the crypto and should help boost Litecoin overall. But one more thing I'll talk about before discussing partnerships. In regards to improving Litecoin's blockchain, it's called the Lightning Network. Now, a lot of discussion about this is mostly for Bitcoin, but the Lightning Network could also be utilized for Litecoin's blockchain. So in a nutshell, what it is, Lightning Network is a second layer system that operates on top of a blockchain, and this allows for significantly faster payments, a much better scalability, because by doing this, you're avoiding the need to note every transaction that occurs on a crypto's blockchain. Identifying the key features here: instant payments, scalability, low cost, and cross blockchains. All of these being critical if we want to see Litecoin or any other cryptos being used 24/7 for payments, especially for business purposes. Something that can compete with the likes of Visa or MasterCard if you want to use this primarily for transactions. I'm going to talk about some merchants using Litecoin in a second. Plenty of work going into this. Here is the white paper from January 2016, which gives you a comprehensive overview of the Lightning Network. It's specifically titled the Bitcoin Lightning Network. There are several articles online, particularly older pieces that cover Charlie Lee's thoughts on the Lightning Network. Here is one of the most recent pieces I found. This is by the Currency Analytics. I haven't sought permission to go through this, so I'm just showing you the headline. And there's a lot to take in, so plenty of reading if you're interested. Just to skim through a couple of these. Here is another one from AMB Crypto. Litecoin devs working towards making opt-in in MW via EB Lightning compatible. So this talks about Mimblewimble as well. And this from FX Empire Lightning Network, how it is going to affect Bitcoin and Litecoin. I see parallels between cryptocurrencies today, where they'll be in 10 to 15 years and perhaps less, just because of how quickly the technology progresses, and comparing this to dial-up internet versus broadband versus various speeds in wireless technology, and you consider how far we've come. A lot of this resonates with the internet of the early days. It was slow, you couldn't do much with it because of that. It was very costly per megabyte, or let's say gigabyte for today's standards. Moving on to partnerships with Bitcoin and who is using the crypto, if we scroll down, there's this piece from Brave New Coin. It says here, 7 recent partnerships established by the foundation, or the Litecoin Foundation, include Cred, BlockFi, Bitco, Glory Kickboxing, the Miami Dolphins professional football team, the San Diego Film Festival, and Flexa, which added Litecoin as a method of payments to its 39,000 plus merchant network. The last one to open this up to various merchants around the world. That is a wonderful sign. Travala is the next company that comes to mind. They're one of the most crypto-friendly booking websites when it comes to flights and accommodation. When you consider you can pay in a vast swathe of cryptocurrencies, and they've got various fiat currencies as well, it would make it more enticing. It is very clever of them because it works in both ways. One, it's allowing people with cryptocurrencies to then spend them easily. And the fact is they're widely accepting a range of them, and demonstrating how cryptos can be readily used for everyday purchases. And secondly, for those who are new to the space or just getting involved, I believe in some ways having this list here as well just helps inform the average person who's just getting into crypto or may not have any idea about it. I digress, but you get my point. It is great to see they're accepting that. If you want to know which other companies or organizations will take Litecoin, I came across this website called CryptoWork with the various categories of merchants that will accept your Litecoins. which is good. It's excellent to see. I hope over time more companies get on board and embrace Litecoin, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Plenty of Litecoin news and partnerships to cover, but for brevity, let's jump over to ways to storing your crypto. Starting off with some hardware wallets. Trezor is one of the popular options out there if you want to store your Litecoin in a secure manner where you have full control over the private keys. You can see here on the home page it shows Litecoin support. Let's jump over to the different wallets. The LTC can be stored via Trezor, Electrum LTC, or Exodus. Another popular option is Ledger. If we look at the supported crypto assets, there we go. It's available via Ledger Live. So that's their in-house wallet. The next choice on the list of hardware wallets is KeepKey. This is by Shapeshift. If we have a look at what digital assets KeepKey supports, we can see Litecoin is on the list here. Fortunately, because Litecoin is a well-established and popular crypto, there is a plethora of options or ways to be able to store your Litecoin. Going through a few more lesser known ones, there's Bitbox2, which is a Swiss-made open source hardware wallet. Supported cryptos, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and ERC20 tokens, and Litecoin. More cryptos planned in the future. Touching on some desktop and mobile wallets, we saw Exodus, which has connectivity with the Trezor hardware wallet as well, but they do offer desktop and mobile options for your convenience. Really sleek, fairly comprehensive with the list of supported assets. There are more options listed at Go Crypto Wise and CoinSutra with some of the best Litecoin wallets available. Here's a 2020 update. There's choices for mobile, iOS, and Android, so plenty of ways for you to store your Litecoin. Now, before jumping into the prices, I did mention how do you purchase your Litecoin, as in where do you purchase it? As a quick summary, well, as you can see here, over 150 exchanges according to Coin Paprika's data, and there'll be various trading pairs associated with the crypto. Binance is a common choice. I know Coinbase has it. I think Kraken has it as well. Major exchanges offering LTC. All of the info here if you're interested. Now, without further ado, let's jump into my price analysis. And before continuing, if you're liking this video or if you've enjoyed any of my other content, click subscribe, smash the bell icon to stay up to date with my latest videos, and plenty of them available if you're interested. For those who haven't seen my videos before, this circulating supply is a hypothetical one that I have chosen because it is a plausible figure. Now, do bear in mind that because of inflation, as we spoke about earlier at the Litecoin block reward halving website, this inflation rate of 4.09% will halve in 3 years' time. Actually, it will be less than half. And then in 4 years' time after that, once again, so on and so forth, until it hits zero. As a quick recap, we have today's price, which is approximately $57 per LTC, the circulating market cap of roughly 3.76 billion US dollars, the circulating and total supply at 65.63 million LTC, a max supply 84 million coins. My first price target of $200 per LTC. Now, I will acknowledge as well, in that major bull run we had in late 2017, we saw Litecoin hit its all-time high. So 200 should be fairly plausible. If we want to hit this price target at this above-mentioned circulating supply, we would require a circulating market cap of $14 billion. Now, based on current trends, a lot of positive sentiment in the market, the Litecoin price has done pretty well over the past 30 days. It is possible that we could hit this price at less than 70 million Litecoin, but $400 per Litecoin. Uncharted waters, we didn't quite get there last time, but bearing in mind that Litecoin, well, actually all cryptos, all those behind their respective projects, are working at improving and advancing the technology behind it. There's more money flowing about in the space. There's an interesting article I came across that talks about the tens of trillions of dollars that is expected to be passed on to the next generation through inheritances and all of that. This goes to show, imagine if even a small portion of that were to be allocated to cryptocurrencies. This would only help the prospects of not just these price targets, but the more ambitious ones coming up. Before talking about this next one, I know it's a significant jump, $1,000 per Litecoin for those not looking at the screen. So that would be $70 billion in circulating market cap. Now, some serious money. Okay, a few things to mention. Firstly, how could Litecoin get there? Okay, a lot of these highly anticipated upgrades, whether it be Litecoin integrating Mimblewimble or the Lightning Network, or forming more partnerships, especially to be well spread throughout the world, have this major proliferation. Quick transaction speeds With Litecoin that is massively scaled, I guess that will tie in with Lightning Network. If Litecoin Foundation and anyone else involved in the project can get it to really take off around the world, this could be possible. However, as always, we need to factor in competition. What will the entire space look like in 5 years? Who will represent the top 20? Who will be collaborating with these major companies around the world? Google, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. How much faster will it be? How many more transactions can it take? These are things to consider. This is some food for thought when we look at this price or the next one, which for many people would be quite ambitious. A couple of things I want to mention. For brevity, I'm just going to touch on the first one, and that is a potential Litecoin and Cardano collaboration. If you type in this term on Twitter or just Google search and you just have a look at the various articles talking about this, this was proposed last month. As a quick side note, Cardano is one of these major projects. There's a lot of energy and enthusiasm behind it about being one of these huge projects down the track. What will that look like, a potential collaboration between the two? I mean, you be the judge. Feel free to leave your thoughts. The second point I want to make is, what are the institutions doing in regards to how they're investing their money in crypto assets? And especially what percentage is going into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin? Well, specifically with Morgan Creek Digital Assets, one of these major institutional investors. If we scroll down and have a look, for those not looking at the screen, this is their digital asset index fund based on the 31st of July 2020. So Bitcoin alone accounts for just under 78%, followed by Ethereum at 14.5%. Litecoin only represents a meager 1.5%. I'm not saying this to disparage Litecoin. I'm not trying to shield Bitcoin in the process. I'm just stating the facts. And this is not just for Morgan Creek. If we go to Grayscale, if we go to, it's their GDLC fact sheet, and this is as of the 30th of June 2020. Now, bearing in mind, this could change. This will probably change on a monthly basis, I assume. Bitcoin at 81.5%, Ethereum at 11.7%. Meanwhile, Litecoin only represents 1.2% of this. And the last one, Fidelity Digital Assets. I don't have a specific breakdown of how they allocate their digital assets or money into the various cryptos, but I'd assume, I'm almost certain they would put more into Bitcoin than Litecoin, at least at the moment. Now back to the prices. Okay, $1,000 per Litecoin. How likely is this? I still believe this is plausible. Now, we're still far from this target, but when there's a bear market after the next bull run, a lot of cryptos will go. Whether Litecoin will stick around or not, I don't see why it won't. Still has a strong fan base and is one of the longest lasting cryptos. To date, it's cliche, but time will tell. The last price target on the list, $2,000 per Litecoin. That would equate to a $140 billion circulating market cap. I can't say whether we will get to this or not. It's all an if. I am 50-50 about this, possibly even less than that. At this point, we would need Litecoin to step it up and really give Bitcoin a run for its money, or have a system where the two complement each other, like that whole Litecoin is the silver to Bitcoin's gold, that whole mentality. Whether that is the case or not, we'll see what happens. We'll need that or the entire crypto space to just go gangbusters and dominate in a multi-trillion-dollar market. Who knows, that could be the case, but once again, competition is critical. How well will Litecoin form these new partnerships? How robust will its blockchain be? Will it get these necessary upgrades to scale and have something fast and have all of these new partnerships, especially the big ones? Let's see what happens. Now, to play devil's advocate, I am going to say, how likely is it for $0 per Litecoin? What's the prospect of this collapsing and fading into the darkness? I don't see signs of this going. I don't see it overtaking Bitcoin or Ethereum, at least not in the near future, if ever. The other price analysis that I'll do, I'll just skim through this. Now, one of you suggested this, the idea of having a price analysis whereby Litecoin or the crypto in focus is then pegged, is compared to Bitcoin or another crypto. So you could easily tweak these data and insert and substitute BTC with your favorite crypto and do the number crunching that way. If you were to put in X number of Litecoin in dollars based on the value of Litecoin and going into Bitcoin now, and then a potential future value based on the Bitcoin price at $40,000 and $100,000 per coin. Strictly speaking, this is not just crypto to crypto, but it's another way of denominating things. It's to get you thinking of an alternate scenario other than just having this all denominated in fiat, especially with Satoshis here, whereby 100 million sats is equivalent to 1 Bitcoin. That's all I have to say with the price analysis. Plenty of info to take in, but as we wrap up the video, a quick market update, and this will be different to my usual ones. Instead of reading the prices for the major cryptos, I'm going to cover the biggest winners and losers over the past 7 days. For Cash, Band Protocol, and AIB, they're up over 100% over the past 7 days, so huge increases. Ocean Protocol, Decentraland up 87 and 84% respectively. Let's focus on some in the top 30. Chainlink set new all-time highs this week. It's at $10.74, up 38.79% over the past 7 days. Aave has been continuing its incredible, Lend token has been continuing this incredible run. It's up 28% this week. My last video about Aave and Lend, if you're interested. We've got Algorand, 20.4%. This is a very attractive staking crypto. If you're interested, I have a separate video about staking. Dash and Zcash or Zcash, 2 privacy coins. They're up 17 to 18%, so well done. VeChain on the cusp of hitting 2 cents again. It's 14% up for the week. And several others. Looking at XRP, doing really well as well. Plenty of cryptos with double-digit gains over the past 7 days. That's pretty much the takeaway message. As you can see, very few in the red, or at least compared to those in the green, especially with these significant gains. But that is a wrap for the video. What are your thoughts about all of the information I have covered? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my latest content. If you have something to say or you just want to say g'day, you are more than welcome to leave your feedback in the comments section. Share this with anyone who you believe will find this useful. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you're all having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, and that you're staying safe. More videos coming soon. Plenty of things happening in the crypto space. A lot of excitement. That is all. Take it easy and chat to you soon.